It's Week 9 of the National Football League. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's not afraid to throw it, second in the NFL in touchdowns. It's the Chiefs and the Buccaneers on Monday night.
One of the best-smelling parking lots in the NFL. The tailgating's over now in Kansas City. It's football time at Arrowhead Stadium here in KC. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, it's that time of the year. A little bit more urgency. The calendar page turns to November. We kind of know who the good teams are. The midpoint of the NFL season, always a great time to take a step back and look ahead to what's down the road for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And I always felt, even as a player, that you never really knew how good you were as a team or how good everyone else around the league was until you kind of got to this point in the year. November, December.
The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go here on Monday night. On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. Two-time regular season MVP, three-time Super Bowl MVP. Just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC. Greg?
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
Off the play fake, Mahomes. That's over the middle and taken in by Tony. 3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll get this just past the 45 as he's taken down. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's caught. Travis Kelsey. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Kalijah Kancey in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. To the left side, caught by Kelsey. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He pulls it in around the 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for line.
This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, KC. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense. And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
The kick is good. Makes the score Chiefs 7, Buccaneers nothing.
So, 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. On the return is Trey Palmer. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They send Godwin in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Now, a run with the rookie out of Oregon. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here comes Otten in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it's going to be 4th down. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. Mecole Hardman, the return man for the Chiefs. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. He had the touchdown pass on the opening drive, and as we take a look at the NFL leaders in TD passes coming in, he's right there among the best in the league. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
They put Kelsey in motion. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. A give here to Pacheco. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now, Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll find his man, Mecole Hardman. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They put Kelsey in motion. First down throw there is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Travis Kelsey, the intended target. And that'll set up fourth down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over for their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Down the field, it's Evans. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Nice grab there by Evans, and at this point, Mike, it's really hard to argue against him being a future Hall of Famer. I mean, he currently holds the NFL record, the most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to start a career, and at the look of it, I don't think there's any signs of him slowing down.
2nd and a yard.
At the Chiefs' 44-yard line.
Now the veteran, it's Chase Edmonds. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down.
2 yards on the play. 1st down, Buccaneers.
They send Godwin in motion. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the Chiefs' 36-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, taken in by Godwin. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Chase McLaughlin on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs are on the board. It's now 10-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. This one to his big tight end, Uzama. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
At the 29-yard line.
To throw is Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Tony. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
1st down throw, Mahomes. Open man right side is Kelsey. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Right back to Kelce again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 32-yard line.
Off the play fake, Mahomes. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
3rd down and 2.
He'll try and run it here with Pacheco. He's got the first down. They'll bring him down at the 28. But the sticks will move. First down picked up on the ground.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 10-3 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. They put Kelce in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion, the tight end, Uzama. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle. He's got Kelce. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Mahomes back. We're trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
It's now 4th down and less than a yard.
They'll run it and give it to the big guy. And he's going to have the Chiefs' first down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's dropped off for Pacheco. And he finds a seam and takes it down to the 3.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
He'll get this out wide. No place to run there. Good job by the D to stop him at the 2.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with
a 2nd effort, and he is in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points, but not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs move out in front by the score of 17-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, yeah. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Irving. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Brian Cook up from his safety spot to make the tackle. He'll look to throw. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll run with Irving. A gain there of 15. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
And you see the nice pickup here by Bucky Irving, and it's kind of one of those guys, Mike, that we use that phrase, he's quicker than he is fast. You know, you line him up in the 40-yard dash, and maybe he doesn't jump off the page at you, but he makes people miss in the hole. He's got great vision, great instincts with the ball. A lot of that you can't coach, and I'll tell you, they are really high on him in this Tampa Bay Bucs organization. Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Here comes Otten in motion. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an ease.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here come the Chiefs and last year's Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, for their next drive. 1st and 10 now from the 36. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's over the middle and taken in by Tony. They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
They're going to run out of the gun with Pacheco. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Kalijah Kancey in on the stop. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 2nd down and 8. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll get this complete to Pacheco. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Throwing now, Mahomes. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there, and it's going to bring up 4th down. On comes the Chiefs punter. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense back onto the field for their next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. This one caught left side by Evans.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Irving. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Right back to Evans. He's got it again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They send Godwin in motion. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This from 45 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Buccaneers will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
A handoff to Pacheco. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. On 3rd down, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. Here's Matt Ariza now. And he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Buccaneers offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Back to throw. Now, screen set up for Irving. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. A give. This is Irving. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Here's Jake Camarda now as he is on to punt for Tampa Bay. This is taken at his own 30. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. Open man downfield. It's Rice. A gain there of 23 yards. 1st down, KC. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Right back to the air for Mahomes. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
And Butker on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chiefs add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. They send Evans in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. Josh Allen, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, we're off to check out another game, and it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. Caleb Williams, strong in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Aaron Rodgers, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. In the first half, we saw some strong play from Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes, as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Palmer now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. Now it's going to be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This is taken at the 25. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Chiefs offense and Hollywood Brown ready for their next possession. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. They put Kelsey in motion. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. Toward the sideline. There's Brown.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They put Kelsey in motion. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Here's 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw again. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
He was defended by Jamel Dean.
They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Still on the move. And he's going to take this all the way back. 94 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. That's on the tackle, Jawan Taylor. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. This returnable with Palmer. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Bucs offense ready to take over once again. They'll start out 1st down and 10. back to throw here to begin the drive. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Going up top for Evans. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. We're all set to kick this one away, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A play fake. Now it's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and short. Here's Patrick, and that is incomplete. Kadarius Toney, the intended target for that one, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Throwing now from the gun. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Yeah! And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Jordan Whitehead is there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And it's hard to criticize the performance of this quarterback in this one, Mike. I mean, he's been sensational. He got a little careless on that last throw. Really the first time the defense has won any of the battles against this quarterback.
The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Irving. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Back to throw. Get this complete right side to Otten.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at, and that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Going up top for Evans. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. We're about ready now for the punt. Here comes a return, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he's brought down after a game. On 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
They put Kelsey in motion. There's that man again. Another catch. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down.
That's good.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They put Kelsey in motion. Right back to the air for Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Pacheco. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Here's Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelsey. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. They're all set to punt this one away. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the left side, to Godwin. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
They'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll try to run for it. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 7.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A tight end in motion now. They'll throw out of the gun. A short one there to Otten. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Here comes Otten in motion. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Evans. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
18 on the play.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Down the field, it's Evans. These two moving the chains themselves. A gain of 14 and a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still second down.
They send Godwin in motion. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Here comes Otten in motion. He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. That is going to be intercepted by Trent McDuffie. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense ready to get back at it as they try to finish things off here in the 4th, and that current 5-game win streak looks like it's about to become 6. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
That's over the middle and taken in by Tony. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Still first down.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
5 yards to go.
In motion, the tight end Uzama. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Looking middle, he's got Kelsey. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Mahomes on 1st down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll take this down inside the 35. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game as opposed...
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Buccaneers offense ready to take over possession of the football. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. He finds his tight end, Keith. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. They send Godwin in motion. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
Slot receiver headed right. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Ball start. Offense.
They put Kelsey in motion. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. This one brought in by Brown.
Mahomes pass. Complete to Marquise Brown. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. On 3rd down, they go with Pacheco. And this defense holds its ground. They stop him for no gain, and 4th down's coming up. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside.
A 35-yard attempt.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Chiefs will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. Things not looking good, but See if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. A pass pulled in by Irving. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Throwing now from the gun. This one on target to Godwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a first down. They'll run with Pacheco. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off the play fake, Mahomes. That one is complete to Hardman. He is in. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown, KC. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Butker now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense headed back to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he is out of bounds on the other side. Andy Reid wants another look at that, and Big Red has thrown the red challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So a smart decision on the defensive side to use the challenge here. This winds up as an incomplete pass. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They put Kelsey in motion. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. In trouble, and down he goes.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
They'll send him over to the left. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
33-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 13.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This from an even 50 yards out. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. Here comes Otten in motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in. And he's going to have the Buccaneers 1st down, and it's a big letdown there defensively. Somehow they allow them to convert on 4th and long. Back to throw. They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll drop to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. That is now 6 consecutive victories. They are making it look easy out there as they continue their winning ways. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.